Welcome, friends. So today we are introducing our team members and we get to kick it off with an amazing person that I really want you to get to know. So, Rowdy, tell us your story. What journey are you on?
Well, earlier this year, actually like the very beginning of this year, um, I like just gone back from a pretty long road trip, and then I got home and I instantly left to go to like a friend's house or something like that, and um, I it was like foggy out, like really cold, and I was going like um, I crashed into a tree, and I was going pretty fast, and I crashed into a tree, and then I mean, the last thing I remember is waking up because in the hospital because they had to put me like in a medically induced coma for a couple weeks, and life in the hospital like just I couldn't even lift my head up from my bed. My arm there was like a contraction or something, whatever it's called, in my left arm, and so it was like stuck to my chest. I got a traumatic brain injury. I broke a lot of bones, and so I was pretty messed out. I couldn't even like really move other than my right arm. That's the only thing I could move, and I was in the hospital for a few months, and then I was in inpatient rehabilitation for about a couple months, like 2 months or something like that, and um, that was the beginning of this year. And then this whole time from like April to now, um, I have been solely focused on just getting strong and healthy again, and um, keeping my brain safe and healing. And yeah, it's been an intense situation so far, but
Well, I want to acknowledge your bravery for coming on and talking about this. I know doing a podcast is very different than anything you've done before.
yeah.
And I know we've got a very supportive tribe. So
Mm.
you that's open to what you have to say, because so you went from being this athlete,
Mm.
and then in a moment, and anybody who's never driven the backcountry roads of Oregon in the dark and in the fog,
Yeah.
what's funny for me, I know a lot of people associate a white Christmas. I always associate the fog we get in the winter with Christmas.
Yeah.
And so during that time of year, especially at night, it gets really foggy. Those backcountry roads are windy,
Yeah.
and we've got these beautiful big trees,
Mm-hmm.
but no car is a match for one of the trees we have here.
No.
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 So you've been on this journey where you were told there's so much you would never be able to do again.
Yeah. In the beginning in the hospital, the doctors that were there, like tending to me, they said that, they thought that I was going to be in a back brace and a wheelchair for the rest of this year, and that was their, um, that was their little diagnosis that they gave, and I'm glad that that's not the case, but yeah.
Well, and part of the reason it's not the case, if my understanding is correct, is because you are putting your all into your recovery.
For a while, or actually not a while, for just a very short amount of time, a few weeks, I had gone out of the hospital, and my head was clearing up a little bit so I could think a little bit more, and I was pretty down because like I was on a cane. I was walking with a cane at that point, and my brain was really foggy, and I was kind of just down because like, am I gonna be like messed up for a long time, or like, I couldn't do much. I couldn't walk more than a couple blocks, and but then after those couple weeks, I started like getting up and just thinking like, okay, I mean, you can sit there and sulk and be sad and sorry for yourself because you're in this situation, or you can choose to keep living and be the best you and wake up every day and do your best in whatever it is, small or big, washing a dish to, I don't know, creating something like small to big, and be your best self and just see where that takes you. And I started doing that, and literally like just like a week after every day, just walking a little bit further than I did before, or just eating as healthy as I can so my body has the nutrients it needs to recover, to also to how I communicate and talk to people, like just be as loving as you can and just love yourself. And like every day I wake up, I started doing this and then I do this now, but like every day to wake up and just tell yourself like, I love you, you're doing good, you're doing amazing, keep striving to be your best self, and just give it a little bit of time and see where it takes you. And I've been doing that. I'm literally like, I'm doing freaking like karate, bro. Like, I'm like, it just, so, I'm sorry, my point is, you can change anything you want to about yourself, physically and mentally, but all it takes is you. Like, you have to just do it. Just do it, and just tell yourself that you're strong, you're resilient, you love yourself, and just wake up and just put yourself in the motions of doing something that's positive, whether it doesn't matter what it is, but only good can come out of it, and only good has come out of it. And I'm speaking in terms of like my rehabilitation, you just gotta put your mind to it, and you can do whatever you want.
I loved your body movements of you. I can feel it. I can feel you getting up every day and saying, I love myself and this is really hard, but I'm going to go do it. And you're challenging yourself physically, and you've jumped onto our project too. So you're growing in so many ways right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So you live in rural Oregon.
Yeah.
Amongst our beautiful trees.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in this process. I think we'll all enjoy watching. I know from what I've gotten to see, just watching you transform in this process. And when you were talking about recovery and all the recovery you're trying to do on your body, it made me think about one of the main things at the Green Lighthouse is we're trying to help the earth recover. Mm-hmm. And so tell me what it's like to live amongst the trees here in Oregon.
It's beautiful. I know that living out with property and having trees and a creek and to walk out to and wake up to and look at every day, I know that is helping with healing me. And I get to wake up and walk outside and just look at the trees on the mountain behind my house and just look at it, and it's just shining, just gold, and it's bright and it's beautiful. And I speak to it like I'm speaking in terms of like Mother Nature, and I speak to it and I say, I love you, and I love myself, and you were helping to heal me just by giving me your pure beauty. And I just want to let you know that I love you. And I do that every day. And my life has been like so good. It's because I'm choosing to be connected to myself spiritually, physically, and mentally. And with that, also comes love for all those around you and nature and yeah.
It's hard to be out there and not. Sometimes my husband will kind of tease me that I'm out there communing with. I love to go to the coast, which is about 45 minutes from where I live.
Mm.
And the Oregon coast, for those of you that don't know, it's beautiful, but it's very chilly. I think you get like 26 minutes before you hit hypothermia, maybe. But there's something about the water, and he likes to joke that I'm communing with the ocean spirits, but there's something about being out in these amazing places in nature that it does soothe you and heal you. And
well, I mean, if you, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no.
if you stop and take a second, look at it, where was Earth and where were humans with Earth before the industrial age and before all this, materialistic development began? It was us and Mother Nature, and we were one with Mother Nature. We would connect with her. We would love her. We would give to her, and she would give back. That humans lived just fine, and I think that the world is not a bad place. It's a good place, but I think that parts of it have gone astray and gone off to just, we're distracted by things that are not even real. It's things that we created, but it's not real. It's just some materials that we threw together, and it comes out looking a little different. It's not real. What's real is right here, right in here, and what's out there. That's real.
Yeah, what we put so much emphasis on, that's not the real part of life. It's not something that's real. One of the things when we were chit-chatting before we started filming, we did almost a whole podcast just talking to one another. But you brought up, we have to start having these conversations.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been like that for a while, but even more so now. It's just every year, just something or multiple things just get a little bit worse, and it's gradual increase, but still, if we don't start talking about what we can do as a human, as a race, what we could start doing to change that from coming to a bad end anyway or something like that, is to start talking about it and communicating with each other now. Now we need to, for anyone out there, that any individual who doesn't want to be a part of a group or communicate with a group of people to do a bigger thing, or make a change or something like that, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you can do is you yourself just do your part and make it. You're not hurting yourself if you just make some changes that complement the recovery of this planet, our planet that we all live on, the one place we have, it just makes sense to me, but I feel like there's a lot of people who it doesn't make sense to, and it all starts with you. You yourself can make a difference, and it right now today, from as simple as using glass or plastic, just little things, and then if everyone just did little things, think about where we would go after that. We can all work together for bigger things, and we could heal, if not maintain the condition of our home.
I think that's so beautifully said. I don't think we can top that. But yeah, if everybody just goes out and makes these little changes that won't really negatively impact their lives, and if we all do that together, what could we achieve? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to give a personal example just because, I myself, I only see like what I see, but okay. So just my household, I live with I have like I think 6 roommates, and I sometimes I stop and I back up and I look just about at our trash and recycling, our cans also, and just there's literally just 7 people in that house. That is like a fraction of a fraction of the amount of the population that resides on this planet, and the amount of like plastic and trash we have, it's crazy. Like, I just think about that. Even you double it up with like our house and then another family, that's a lot of trash. Put 7-8 billion, like that's a problem.
It's amazing how it adds up. I know we've had that issue in our house where all of a sudden I'll look out and it's like, how many single-use plastic things have we used this week?
Yeah.
And it can sneak up on you and you don't even realize you're doing it because it's so ingrained in our culture.
Well, and what's unfortunate about what's unfortunate about our current situation, and especially in this country, I feel like okay, what's unfortunate about our current situation in this country and a lot of other, like most other places, I'd say, it went away again. One second.
No, you just explained to us that you had a traumatic brain injury just months ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I think our tribe understands that you might need a moment to collect your thoughts.
Yeah, it's definitely my brain is definitely healing, and like the thought bubble that like flew away and I lost, so I'm now like able to, I can like find it and get it back again, but not every time.
Yeah, you were saying what's unfortunate in our country.
Okay, yeah, so what's unfortunate about the situation in our country is that there are a lot of things, that our species, humans, don't necessarily need to survive, but like it's good to have if you want to have a comfortable, nice life, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that is deserved by every individual on this planet. Everyone should have a nice, comfortable, happy life, but a lot to most of the things that we use and need, most of it is like made with materials that are not good to dispose of, like plastics.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was it.
Just to have these materials that are made of, and it kind of amazes me, this idea that we've decided it's easier to create a plastic spoon, ship it across the country, sell it to you, buy it, all the things that would go into creating a plastic spoon to use once rather than just wash a spoon or regular spoon.
I agree with you. Like I see your side and I agree with that side, but I also see the side that I don't agree with. There's a lot of people and corporations and groups of people who are like strictly and solely doing that and making those products, even though they know, like I feel like everyone on this planet knows that the stuff we make and they make harms Earth, but money, like it comes down to as simple as that. There's a lot of people who will selfishly go after that money and make those harmful products, and what sucks is that there's a lot of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
all it has done is progressively made the conditions of our planet worse and worse every year, and years go by fast. So like,
they do go by fast, and what we can do is that when we go to buy single-use spoons, try to buy bamboo or some of the recycled ones, and express our voices through our actions. And maybe the next wedding you go to, instead of having plastic silverware, will be bring your own spoon.
Right.
We could change what we accept and how we feel about that.
Well, yeah. Like, to go off of what you just said, like, it literally could be as simple as each individual on this planet just making, if everyone just made 2 small insignificant changes about their daily life, from like using a metal or bamboo spoon or fork to a plastic one, just as simple as that right there would already cut the percentage of, would cut our issues down significantly.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It is simple.
It is. It's simple. Little steps is what we're talking about. And that's one of the big things here, is we're not trying to tell everybody you never get a hot shower again, but just to do the simple things that'll add up.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We're so glad you're part of the team.
I'm glad to be a part of the team.
Love watching you grow in so many ways, and I know that we'll get to do good stuff together for us as individuals as we're growing, and also healing the planet.
Yeah, that's this is inspiring me, and thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Love yourself, love others, love the planet.
Be great.